guys, it's Carl from Paranormal Anglia. Now, I put a post out earlier mentioning that I'd had 2 poltergeist activities in my life, one in my late teens and one back in 2001. Now, people seem to be interested in hearing about this, so I thought I'd quickly jump on, make a video. This is probably about my 50th attempt at making it because I don't like the camera. But anyway, what happened was I left home at the age of 15, lived with my first girlfriend for a little while. We split up and I ended up in Harwich, actually in Dovercourt to be exact, living in a bed and breakfast. And from there, about the age of 16 and a half, I moved back to London, to Leytonstone, and lived with my father's brother and his wife. Now I stayed there for a while and they helped me get a little bed set that was probably not much more, about 10 by 10, really tiny little room. Anyway, I'd been there for a little while and I got myself a job working in an arcade a couple of doors along. Now next door to that arcade was a cab station. Above that cab station was a 3-storey building, and the guy rented out properties there. Now around that time was when I met my eldest son's mum, Lou. And not the nicest of families. Her dad was actually one of the yardies, a really scary bloke. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, we moved into this property, and being teenagers as you are, you make friends, especially working while I was working in the arcade and that. And we used to go drinking, go play pool down the MC Club, down the market. And this is a place called road called Markhouse Road in Walthamstow. Anyway, one night after playing pool, we went back to the flat we was at. Got completely rat-arsed and decided to do a Ouija board. Okay, so I put a light on there. See me ugly mug a bit better. Sorry if everyone looks so rough, but I was in hospital the other week. My back went out completely, and since then I've been highly doped up with medication. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, we moved into this flat above the cab station. We've been out drinking and playing pool at the MC Club, St James's Market in Walthamstow. And from there went back, had a few more drinks, getting rather drunk. Somebody come up with the idea of doing a Ouija board. So we've done this Ouija board and nothing pretty much happened, to be honest. It was all taking the piss out of each other, laughing, joking. Well, anyway, from there, night ended up finishing off, everyone drunk or passed out or going home. And then probably about a week, 5 days to about a week later, we had some of them over again to have another drink. And one of the guys that was there, Robbie, he used to come into the arcade where I worked. Sadly, he's passed away now. He mixed in with the wrong crowd and ended up dying of a drug overdose. But he's gone. Anyway, he was walking upstairs and he said that we heard this massive crash. We went running down there, he'd fallen down the stairs. Now, he weren't hurt, he was just sat there dazed. We were all standing on the stairs and was drunk, was laughing at him for falling down the stairs. But he insisted that somebody had pushed him. Now everyone that was there was apart from him, been in the room, so no one had been there. From there, the next thing that happened, a few days after that, the pipe in the flat below us burst and flooded the whole flat. Now the landlord tried blaming us, saying that we'd left the tap on, it had overflowed and gone through the floor, and it had done a lot of damage, to be honest. It had taken half the ceiling out. But there were no real explanations from there. They checked the pipes, none of them were damaged, so that's why we got the blame for it. But anyway, we managed to get that sorted out. Then a little while later after that, probably about a week or so, maybe a little bit over a week, one of the friends that came up drinking with us, Clint, he was rat-arsed, he was feeling sick, he went to go and throw up in the toilet, and he said, come out screaming, and while he was there taking a leak, after throwing up, he felt somebody slap him around the face. From there, a few days after that, we had one of my friends, Richie, who was also sadly passed away. He had a brain tumour, sadly, and he passed away a few years back. But he was sitting there, we was all watching TV. This is in the days way before Xbox and DVDs and things. So We're sitting there watching TV, and he said he'd seen a gaunt face looking in the window. Now we're on the 3rd floor. There was no way, if you didn't include the cab station underneath, that would have been the 4th floor. So there was no way in hell anyone was looking for that window. We thought he was taking a piss, basically. But he wasn't one to scare. He wasn't a very good boy, shall we say. So he didn't scare very easily. I did mix with a very good crowd back then, unfortunately. But yeah, he didn't scare very easily, and he was as white as a sheet. And after that, it was very rare he would actually come into the flat. But someone said that they thought it might have been something to do with the Ouija board. Well, one thing led to another, and we ended up doing another Ouija board and trying to figure out what was going on. Nothing really much happened yet. So we had a few movements, and we just thought, oh yeah, people playing with each other. So we started drinking and carried on doing it. And we heard an almighty crash in the kitchen. We weren't running there, and all the plates were over the floor broken. Is it, well, they badly stacked or whatever? Really don't know, to be honest, but it was strange. It was doing the Ouija board, and there was a mighty crash in the kitchen. It could have been just coincidence that the plates fell. Now anyway, after that, a few weeks went quiet for a while, and a few weeks after that, somebody else happened to be in the kitchen, and they said they claimed they saw a skeletal face staring in through the window. Sorry, I'm on medication for my back, so my speech tends to get slurred. As I said, with the cab station, there was no way anyone could have been looking in through that window. No way at all. That was my friend Stephen that had seen that, and he literally ran out of the property screaming. Well, one thing led to another, and me and Louise ended up getting a council flat, offered a council flat. So we left the property, and a couple of days after that, the flat that we was in caught fire. Now, I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but the guy Keith that run the cab station, he was known to be a bit dodgy. So we don't know if it's to do with the Ouija board or if he was trying to claim on the insurance, to be honest. But around that time, I tended to start drinking a hell of a lot more. My moods were getting darker. I've always suffered depression since I was a child, but my depressions were getting darker and it was lasting longer. Mind you, I did learn about rock music during that period of time, so not all bad. But yeah, it was mostly my depression was getting dark. I don't know if that was feeding it when people were getting slapped or what, if it wasn't influencing me at all, I really don't know, because my partner Louise at the time, my eldest son's mum, she was a very possessive sort of person, and if I even spoke to anyone, and obviously working in an arcade you had to speak to people, grew up in the East End of London, you call everyone alright love, how you doing darling, things like that, because that's the type. She used to get quite aggressive and violent, so it was all rolled into one, I think, together, to be honest. But yeah, that was the first incident I had in my life. Whether I can't explain it. I had the knowledge of, not as much as I do now, I had knowledge, and I've got to say it did scare me. Like I said, that's the first one. There's nothing particularly major, but I will, if anyone's interested, I will go on to the second event which happened in 2001 when I was with my, well, I think now, second wife. Sorry, I'm joking. Yeah, when I was with my second wife, and we lived in a place called Wills Hill in Stanford-le-Hope. And those that don't know, Stanford-le-Hope, it's got a couple of famous people living there, the most famous being Phil Jupiter, the comedian. So I'll leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys.